Winter storm to hit the valley in 6 years, causing the governor to declare a state of emergency.
And former Page County Sheriff Daniel Presgraves is headed to prison, but it's how long that has some people upset.
This is WHSV News 3 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Val Thompson.
And I'm Haley Harrison. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our entire viewing area is under a winter storm warning, and parts of the valley are already seeing snow.
We're expecting to get anywhere from 20 inches of snow or more. As we mentioned, the governor has already declared a state of emergency.
We will have complete coverage of the storm from both Augusta and Rockingham counties. We'll also hear from VDOT officials on how they've prepared for the storm and what you need to do if you're heading out on the roads.
And we begin our coverage with Chief Meteorologist George Hirschman, who has the latest on this storm. George?
Well, guys, we were talking about 20 inches. They've already upgraded the warning. Anywhere from a foot to 2 feet now is what it's expected throughout the area. To the north, maybe a foot. To the south, more likely you'll see closer to 2 feet. It's going to be a problem. Don't go outside unless you have to. And that warning is in effect until Sunday morning. Snowfall accumulation, this is what we're looking at the moment, around 7 o'clock-ish, just starting to accumulate here in the valley and probably under 2 inches. By 10 o'clock, we have 2 inches up around Winchester, and then we're looking at 4 inches in Shenandoah, Page counties, and in our own area. Well, as things are starting to pick up and we start seeing this color showing up for Saturday morning and into Saturday afternoon, not necessarily good because we are talking 20-plus inches of snow throughout the area. Be prepared for that. It's going to be some real slow going. This is what it looks like right now, and this picture is going to be the one we'll be looking at for the next 36 hours. Full report comes your way in just a few minutes. Now it's back to the news.
Thank you, George. We continue our team coverage of this winter whiteout with how the Virginia Department of Transportation has been preparing for tonight's winter weather.
WHSV's Mary Poley joins us live in Harrisonburg. And Mary, I understand the Harrisonburg office actually has some extra help on standby?
That's right, Haley. They have several contractors on standby in case it gets real bad tonight. And in just under 2 hours, their night crews will begin 12-hour shifts. Now, the interstates have already been treated. Primary and secondary roads are being monitored. VDOT crews say it's likely they'll do more clearing during the storm than treating. And that is why they want you to be extra careful when you head out, because these roads are slick. So if you have to head out, give yourself extra time. But, of course, officials say they prefer if you stay inside.
If you're going to travel, let people know where you're going and when you intend to arrive, so folks are looking for you. Give yourself extra time. Extend your following distance behind people.
And speaking of following distance, crews say they can't stress enough when you see their trucks out clearing roads, make sure you stay at least 100 feet behind them. Well, it turns out this winter weather caused some school districts to send kids home early. Continuing our team coverage in Stanton, live tonight is WHSV's Philip Townsend, who has more. Philip?
Well, Mary, like you said, the roads are slick, and that definitely holds true right here in Stanton. There's about, I'd say, more than a half an inch on the ground. And today, Augusta County School District was the only district that let out their kids early. They got out around 2 o'clock today, which is about an hour earlier than they usually do. County officials wanted to make sure they were prepared for the potential of any snow that could have come earlier today. Now, parents I spoke with didn't mind making the adjustment, picking up their kids early today.
I'm glad they're getting out early. I get to enjoy them longer for the holidays, and they get to play in the snow.
Now, schools in Waynesboro and Stanton did let out normal times today, but many things such as sporting events and after-school activities were canceled. Of course, Damon Dillon will have more on that in sports, but reporting live in Stanton, Philip Townsend, WHSV News 3.
Thank you, Philip. And many folks took to do a little Christmas shopping and get an early start on their weekend shopping because of the weather today. Places like the Stanton Mall saw an increase in shoppers today, most looking to grab some last-minute gifts in case they were snowed in this weekend. Early afternoon shoppers who were hoping to beat the weekend rush say they were surprised to see so many people in stores during a work day.
We're out early trying to get what we need to get done before the snow hits, but this definitely is the time for it, so let her come.
Shoppers also say getting gas took longer than expected after waiting in long lines at the pump. This is a live look at Interstate 81, exit 205 in Rafine. What you can see of it, it looks like there's a disabled car over on the side of the road, so watch out for that. If you are heading out on the roads, also be very careful if you're heading out driving in the snow.
And this winter storm is already creating some headaches like we saw there on the highways.
Virginia State Police have reported more than 160 crashes during a 2-hour period today. Joining us now on the phone with some winter driving tips is Wendy Van Curren from AAA. So Wendy, a lot of people are driving home right now from work. It's rush hour, and maybe some more are heading out on the roads tomorrow morning to go to work. What advice do you have for people who absolutely have to be out on the roads right now?
You know, if you absolutely have to be out there, give yourself plenty of time. The important thing to remember is to slow it down and increase your following distances, allowing yourself plenty of room between you and the cars around you in case you do skid and lose control.
And Wendy, what about putting a winter weather kit in your car? What should that include?
You want it to include things such as a blanket, an ice scraper, a shovel to help you dig out. You want to have reflective triangles or flares, jumper cables, flashlight with extra batteries, and also a cloth or paper towels, as well as a bag of abrasive material such as cat litter to help you gain traction when you're trying to get out of your parking place.
All right, thank you, Wendy, for joining us tonight. And News 3 will monitor the storm throughout the night. We'll have the latest tonight on the 11 at 11 and a special Saturday edition of Daybreak starting at 6 a.m. If you happen to lose power during the storm, you can get the latest weather updates on your cell phone with TV3 on the go. And we want you to be a part of our winter weather coverage. Send us your videos and pictures by going to our UNews link on WHSV.com.
Still to come, former Page County Sheriff Daniel Presgraves is sentenced to prison, why the judge handed down a lesser sentence than expected.
Plus, more on that winter whiteout that could bring 20 inches of snow to the valley or more. George will have the latest on the forecast coming up. But first, let's check on your First Alert Planning forecast for Fishersville.